Even when it's not our favorite team playing, there are some games that have a lot at stake, and us NFL fans won't want to miss out on them. So allow me to show you one must-watch game for all 18 weeks next season. In week 1, we actually have the season opener. The Rams don't have much to prove since they come from winning the Super Bowl, but they could show everyone they're going for it again. The Bills, on the other hand, will have the chance of proving everyone they're the best team in the league by beating the Super Bowl champs. In week 2, we have the Chiefs versus the Chargers. Last year, both of these matchups were quite good, and with all the new additions to this Chargers team, things could get even spicier. Expect a great game between these two, and the best part of it, this is Thursday Night Football, so you won't miss out on any other games. On to week 3, where we have what could be our last Brady vs Rodgers matchup. This game will show who's got the upper hand in the NFC to compete against the Rams, and when it comes to these two, it's always a great game. In week 4, we have a Super Bowl rematch between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. You won't want to miss out on this game, where we'll have yet another Mahomes vs Brady showdown. Neither of these two had a mind-blowing offseason, so I expect this game to be a fun one. In week 5, we get a Sunday night game between the Ravens and Bengals. The AFC champions going against the team which had the first seed until the injury bug arrived. The fight for the North is red hot, and the winner of this matchup could take a big advantage on the division race. In week 6, we finally get the rematch. Josh Allen vs Patrick Mahomes once again. The Bills have some unfinished business after that coin toss, and the Chiefs need to win as many games as possible to get the AFC West crown. But at the end, who will win this new classic game? Is it gonna be Kansas or Buffalo? In week 7, we have a divisional matchup between the Colts and the Titans. These games are always amazing, and this year both teams could be going red hot. This midseason game could play a huge role in who wins the AFC South title in 2022. In week 8, we have yet another divisional matchup, but this time over in Ohio, where the Bengals will face off against the Browns. This is the Browns' chance to prove they are for real, and if it wasn't already close, this game could leave the AFC North wide open. In week 9, we get to see the Super Bowl winners face off against Super Bowl man himself. Can Tom Brady get his revenge on the team that kicked him out of the playoffs last year, or will Sean McVay be able to beat the Buccaneers once again? This game is certainly gonna be important in the race for the number 1 seed. By the way, if you're still watching, you might be interested in joining my Patreon for exclusive content for a very cheap price you won't get anywhere else. Enough of the shameless self-promotion, because it's now week 10 and you won't want to miss out on the Cowboys vs Packers game. Did Dez caught that ball? Who knows, but this is the Cowboys' chance to prove they're for real and not just another bad team with an easy schedule. All-time classic should be a good one. In week 11, we have an AFC West game between the Broncos and Raiders. Both of them are called pretenders and both of them are called contenders. Which team fits which narrative? Are the Raiders good enough to prove they can contend for the West, or are the Broncos strong enough to prove they're legit? Week 12 comes with a 2021 alternate Super Bowl, Chiefs vs Rams. Remember that game in 2018 where they combined for over 100 points? Well, I'm expecting something similar, and this game could be one of the best ones of the entire season. Whoever wins could be considered as a major Super Bowl contender. In week 13, we couldn't really decide on one game, so we have actually two, Raiders vs Chargers and Bengals vs Chiefs. One of them is a rematch of that one game which had us all in the edge of our seats, while the other one is a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. Both of these could be huge turning points for all four of these teams. Week 14 brings us an all-time classic and a totally renewed rivalry, Steelers vs Ravens. These games are always amazing, but this time Father Ben won't be there for the Steelers. This is going to be Kenny Pickett's or Trubisky's chance to prove he can help the Steelers stay as contenders. In week 15, we have the Packers visiting the Rams in Sunday Night Football. This game could very well be the turning point of the season for one of these teams. It might even determine the number 1 seed. Regardless, Rodgers vs Stafford is going to be a fun one, and last year it didn't disappoint. Let's hope it doesn't this year. In week 16, we get the chance to see the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Las Vegas Raiders face off in the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception, and it's being played on Christmas Eve on Saturday Night Football. Apart from that, both teams could be alive in the playoff race, and this game could play a huge role on if any of them can make it. In week 17, we have the battle for LA, Chargers vs Rams. Who is the true king of LA, Matthew Stafford or Justin Herbert? This could be one of the best games of all season, book it. And just as that, the last week is here now, and the game you cannot miss is, well, actually two once again. This because personally I think the AFC North race could come down to the very last week of the season. The Steelers visit the Browns while the Bengals visit the Ravens. Even if one or two two of them can no longer contend for the division, they're most probably going to be in the playoff race, and both of these games will have huge consequences in how the playoffs play out. Are the Steelers legit with this new generation? Can the Bengals go on their revenge tour? Can the Ravens go from last to first? Or could Watson and the Browns shock the world? We'll have to wait and see, but these two games will keep us at the edge of our seat. And well, until that happens, you can click the subscribe button. Believe me, it's a great idea. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.